guys, Pitbikesonic here, and we are back for our second track day of the year here at Snetterton, and this is our final one before I make my 16-year comeback on big bikes, shall we say, on the little Ninja 300. We are here today to see if we can get the lap time down from a 2 minute 30, which would get me about 8th place at the moment, to a 2 minute 25, which would put me in podium contention. Today, I've actually got Alfie here for a bit of a tow, which is going to really help. On his 400, his best time is a 2 minute 23. So, fingers crossed on the 300, we can get down to a 225. That's the aim today. So, it's extremely busy track day today. So, I think we're going to be in a lot of traffic, but it's going to be mega fun as usual. It's going to make the onboards on for you a lot better. So yeah, wait for Will and Alfie to get here. Let's get into this.
Hello, you alright? So, garage forward, I mean, what's that, yeah?
I'll bring my car, I can't get it.
You like it blue?
It's not very Kawasaki colours.
No.
But you stand out to everyone else.
Yeah. My adoption son.
Hello there guys, so I thought I'd do some little voiceovers while we're going around on this track day at Snetterton, or track evening shall I say, at Snetterton. So this is us now going out for the first session. Obviously you have to follow behind an instructor for 2 laps, but you can really see here in this first session the speed difference between my little 300 and 600s and 1000s. That is scary. So yeah, you can really see the speed difference then. So yeah, just did a few laps in the first session, and I was really happy. We pretty much got back down to the time we did from the last session, from the first track day we did on the bike. I got down to a 2:32, and we did a 2:30 last time, so I was well happy with that. Moving on now, going out for the second session. As you can see, Alfie is just in front of me there, and I managed to get a little toe off him here. As you can see, he's hanging around for me, and I managed to just follow him about for a few laps, which was really helpful because he's done all season on that 400, so he's got a bit more experience than me. As you can see, he did let me through, but as you can see, I still need to work on my braking a bit because he's cleanly outbraked me there. Once again, just hanging about for me, and under the bridge, as you can see, he's just a little bit better than me on the brakes. It's something I've definitely got to work on, but that's all going to come with experience. So you see this guy we're now coming up to overtake on this Kawasaki 750. Thought, oh, that's just another ride and me and Alfie are overtaken. It won't be a problem. We won't see him again. God, how I was wrong. So here you can see he now comes back past me on the start and finish here, which is nothing unusual. At the end of the day, they're all on bikes a lot quicker than me. But once again, we catch him back up at the hairpin here, looking a bit wobbly, but once again, nothing unusual. And he comes out of here and I nicely overtake him. He sits up, think he's on a Sunday ride, and then midway through the corner, wait a sec, now I'm Marc Marquez, and he absolutely darts away. And I thought that was a bit weird. It seems how slow he did go into the corner to then absolutely pin it round the outside like that. But hey ho, once again, didn't worry too much, and hopefully we won't see him again. So we're now coming back down the back straight. I thought he might have cleared off a bit now. Obviously the power he has extra of his bike. I didn't think we'd see him again. So he'd done his Sunday jolly ride. It'd been Marc Marquez, and now he thought he'd do a bit of motocross. So here he is, now venturing off the track. Now I was starting to get slightly worried about being around this guy. So fortunately we do get past him now of this session, and I don't see him again. But once again, that won't be the last we see of him. Right guys, 2 sessions down, and we've already beaten the time from when we were here last time. We are down to a 2 minute 28 seconds, so 3 more seconds to find, and then we're on, like I said, roundabout podium pace for next month for the Team Green Bempsey meet. And Alfie's being a massive help. I did those lap times when he was giving me a tow round, so Alfie managed to do a 2:25. Happy with that, Alf? 2:25?
Pretty happy. I'm quick in some bits, slow in others. I definitely think I can take another second off this next session, but the main part of this is, for me, is to be quick as soon as I arrive at the next meeting here. Yeah, so,
and you're not far off really. Straight second session.
Yeah.
First session don't really count, to be honest with you, because it's a bit of a safety session. But it's mega fun racing out there with thousands as well, and doing them around the outside, round Cora and things like that. You'll be seeing that in the GoPro footage. So roll on the next session. Alfie's going to give me more of a tow, and hopefully we can get down to those 2:25s, which is the aim. But mega happy just to have beaten my PB already in the second session out. So I'll speak to you guys later. So now going out for session 3. Really happy to have beaten my PB around Snetterton, now down to a 2:28. I was hoping next session we could knock a bit more off, but unfortunately this session was really hounded by traffic, as you can see in these clips here, and it got split into 2 as well. We had a red flag halfway through the session, even though you don't see it because I've edited it out. So yeah, really didn't get a clean lap or just get settled in at all. So didn't go any quicker on this session. I think I did the same lap time again of a 2:28, but yeah, never got a clean lap, as you can see from this footage here. for all your track day need, guys, because obviously you're not meant to have timing systems on at track days, but get yourself one of these race boxes. It's not like a lap timer, and you can get all your data and your lap times on track days, pit bike days, big bike days, and it's good for getting data, working out gearing, and just doing your lap times as well. I'll put a discount code down here, and you can get one of yourself, one of these, a little bit cheaper. Racebox, a Racebox S. Right, so here we go then. This was the last session of the evening now, so really hoping now that we could knock those final few seconds off and get to the 2:25. This lap that you're about to see was my quickest lap of the evening, and once again this was my only clean lap in this session. It wasn't totally clean because, as you can see here, someone pulls out the pits there and I just missed the first apex on the first corner, so that hindered me a bit. But apart from that, the rest of the lap was pretty clean, and we didn't hit any traffic. We just had the odd 1,000 or faster bike passing us down the straights, but coming around the corners and things like that, that was the one clean lap I got. So like I said, when we get to Friday practice for my first meeting back with Bempsey, obviously it's going to be a lot easier because we'll be out there with racers, and they're going to be going a good lick round the corner, so you ain't got to be worried about being held up. But on Fridays at Bempsey, we will still be out there with like mini twins and things like that, but at least you haven't got to worry about anyone not being caught out in the corners. So yeah, that was the quickest lap I did all evening, which was a 2 minutes 26.6. So we didn't quite get down to the 25s we wanted to, but like I said, it was extremely busy. I was hoping we would get a little toe off this guy on a CB500, because obviously CB500 just a smidge quicker than the Ninja 300, so I was hoping we could get some good laps off him, but once again we both ran into traffic and it's not possible. But it was good to be out there with this guy who you can see has got a little bit of corner speed, so it would have been nice to have been out hang on the back of him for a few laps, but you just can't get around the traffic, unfortunately. Yes, look who we have come across again, our Ninja friend. He's on his Sunday ride at the moment. So we go up the inside of him here, and I was hoping that with the corner speed I had round Corums, that I would pull enough gap on him so he wouldn't get us down the start and finish, but unfortunately didn't quite do that, and you will see in a sec he flies back past me. at this point I thought, right, I'll close right up to him on the hairpin, and I'll get him into turn 3, and hopefully we can pull a gap through the tighter sections so we can get away from him. And there he goes, nearly having an off then. At this point I thought, I can't be dealing with this anymore, so I thought I'll pull over to the inside here and try and let him pull a gap on me, because I was getting a bit worried about keep coming up to him at this point in the day. So as you can see, I slow up, let everyone through. But unfortunately, by the time we get back to Corums again, I've caught him back up again. I do him up the inside here, but it's all pointless really, because he's going to get me back down the straight. Now, before you all have a go at me in the comments, I understand I'm on a 300cc bike with, I think, 37 horsepower. Of course everyone's going to pass you down the straights. It's just really frustrating when you get to some of these riders in the corners and then they just fly past down the straight. I don't think I'm going to do any more track days anymore now. I'm just going to stick with the Friday practices at race meetings now, but these track days have been a good way of just getting used to the bike and getting me up to a reasonably good speed before I make my comeback in a couple of weeks' time with Bempsey at Snetterton. And that is the end of our onboards. Hopefully I won't see that guy again, because it was a bit scary. Alright guys, so that was me and Alfie's first track day at Snetterton. That was my second. How shall we sum it up, Alfie? Carnage? Well, it wasn't carnage, it was just a bit...
It was successful. We did everything we wanted to do, but like it was a bit disappointing.
Yeah, it was extremely busy, and it's not totally everyone else's fault. It's not everyone else's fault that we're on really slow bikes, but it is really frustrating for me and Alf when we get to a corner and there's road bike people doing walking pace.
Yeah.
But you guys would have seen in my GoPro footage, and I would have done a voiceover for this guy on a Ninja 750. Jesus Christ. I think he might have had... What's it where you just do sudden like movements? Asperger's or something like that? Is that what it's called? You'll see in the GoPro footage, because he goes in the corners barely moving. He'd get halfway around the corner and he thinks he's Marquez. Yeah. And then he was high-siding and running on grass. Oh, it was hard work.
Yeah,
but
there was people like under the bridge who were really slow, but they'd somehow managed to outbrake themselves
and go straight on.
Straight. Yeah, so...
And what lap time did you get down to in the end?
I think my best was, what was it, 2:19, which is actually really good. It was what I was hoping for, because obviously I had an absolute mare on the first time I went to Snetterton this year, so we're at a good spot for the next round.
And I didn't quite get that 2:25 I want. I got down to a 2:26. But I think I got less than 5 clean laps. So I'm confident when we land up Friday practice for next round of Bempsey that I can get maybe into the 20s. I think I can do it. It's just track time that I haven't had so far. But on that Friday, obviously you've got all day and you're not going to have these people going dead slow at corners. All right, we're still going to have people flying past us down the straight, but at least they're going to be able to go fast around the corners and you're not going to have to worry about it. Yeah. So that was the track day at Snetterton. Massive thank you to the boss Will, who is behind the camera, and obviously Alfie for giving me a bit of a tow. But meanwhile, since that has happened, Alfie got his first podium at Cadwell Park in the pouring rain. Yeah. But yeah, did it feel like a bit long coming? Because obviously you got so close to it the second round at Alton Park, and then things have gone a bit downhill since then.
Yeah, it went so downhill. I mean, put it this way, I did not expect to get it at that race because I'm not experienced in the wet. I didn't think I was good in the wet. I was all right at Cadwell for pace, but like after my confidence just being smashed at Snetterton and Donington, I didn't expect it at all. So yeah, I think that's what made it so magical, was just I had no idea that I was going to pull that result.
That's mega. And fingers crossed, I would love to get a podium soon straight back at Snetterton in the adults. I think it's going to be hard work, but I think we've got a possibility of doing it. I think we've got a possibility. And if Alfie can get a podium at Snetterton as well, and we both get a podium in the same race, because we're in separate classes, that would be amazing. If that's going to happen, I think it's going to be hard work, but we can give it a go. You've definitely got a lot more confidence now after that track day, though, yeah?
Yeah, the bike setup is so much better now. The rear is a little bit bouncy because we had it set up for the wet racing at Cadwell, but the front is so much better now. Like, my weakness is in the fast corners. The bike is just planted, and I can just work on it now.
So, fingers crossed we're going to sort that. Before then, me and Alfie have got our Red Lodge endurance race with Free Tech. I've got 2 more race meetings at Fab, so we've got a long way till then. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that onboard footage, because it was a bit chaos. But yeah, from me and Alfie, we'll be back together for the Red Lodge Free Tech vlog. That's when you'll see us back together again. But for me, it'll be Clay Pigeon next vlog. Until then, bye-bye, guys.